Here we go. New tracks for the 750 and a sprocket and cutting bits. AC fan motor.
So the track broke on this Dozer down in the pond, and we had no idea how we was going to get it out. But the guy that I buy my parts from, I called him and asked him, and he said that you could chain it. And that's what we just did. And it worked. We got it out from down there and had to kind of pull it with the skid steer to get it to turn, but it worked. You ever break a chain? It broke in the master, but we ran a chain from around to around. The sprocket is really wore out, the chain's really wore out, so it wouldn't come out on its own. We had to have the skid steer help pull it, but with that track and the skid steer, we're out. All right, let's swap this track.
Hey, let loose of it.
I ain't got it.
Shake it.
Like a salt shaker. Jack the back up and use the blade to lift the front up. This is how you mow the grass. The goal was to get the track off. We got the track off. Now we'll take it to Mama's house. Like a glove. I wish I would have been able to get him flipping that over with that tractor, but he just flipped that thing over like a, I don't know, like what? Like good. That's how you know your track's wore out. If it'll bend like that.
If we get messed up, you put them on backwards, it ain't gonna take it back though, huh? What did he say about it?
He said he ordered 39 and he ordered enough bolts for 39,
Okay,
but they sent a 40.
Me and Joy's talking about, but they sent him the wrong ones.
Yeah.
So they should take it back.
He said he'd call them. That's why he wanted to see a picture.
Ready?
Yep.
You're a trooper, Gary.
Yep. Yep.
You know what? How about a breaker bar? Let me get the breaker bar and plate. Let that compressor build like that.
Low.
It build that 200 pound and see when it gets down 60, it gets 160 right down.
So that 200 pounds will break that bad boy loose.
Yeah.
Right on. This is the right tool for the job here.
There's the chain. Only one problem with the chain. The chain's got 40 links. Tax is 39. Dozer takes 39. Goal of today was to get the pads off of this chain, and that is where we are. There's the pads. Half of them we took off with the torch. About the other half of them we took off with the air wrench. Then we broke the air wrench and took the rest off with the torch. Day number 3 of track day. We're gonna swap out the cutting bits. They're worn out on all sides. Oh, look, Stan being a hero. Right there, Sprocket. Here we go, new Sprocket. If I take and use that for a depth gauge, you can see how much wear. You can see these are still really sharp. That's good. We're using a set of these made in China. We've been buying these since I was a kid at Collinsville. Type of 3/4 inch drive. If you're gonna work on equipment, you about can't beat this little setup here. If you've seen these, you know what I'm talking about. I think they got them in Harbor Freight now too. But used to, the only place you could find them was flea markets. One more thing checked off the to-do list. Cutting bits on. I'm gonna cut every other track off that side over there. Yep.
butt out of the camera. Nobody wants to look at your butt, Stan. Well, take that back. Might be somebody want to look at your butt, Stan. Give me that camera.
Exit only.
Day 5, track day. Get that track on that dozer. We spent all morning trying to jump this off and do this, jack the dozer up and give this time to charge on the jumper cables and we couldn't get it over 60%, so we finally took the battery and swapped it. It was under warranty. So we got a brand new battery for the skid. So let's see if we can get this track on. All right. As soon as you get done, we'll be ready to go to lunch.
God damn, man.
Back up straight. So what you want to do is try to use the sprocket to pull the slack out of the top. See if it'll close up. It looks like...
Uh-oh. Hey,
What?
see how that started by now? Might need to pull forward a little bit to take that slack out so we can get them to snap together.
Thanks, you look good with new shoes. All right, end of day 5 on track day. I get the other side to look like this one, we'll be in business. We took 2 long bolts and put in there and used that as a guide to slide it back on our little cradle that we made. Take it off.
Yeah, maybe we can put that one back in there. Well, why don't we grab the freaking deal, a couple straps?
That's why I picked it up just now, to see that.
That's a good idea.
Fucking great idea, Stan.
That's a fucking great
Fucking
idea.
great
boss.
idea. Well, why
Go
don't
get my
you
strap. Right.
fucking do that?
Alright, let's go away.
Now, that presses out the other direction. So all of this needs to stay clean. End of day 5 on track day. Final drive is off. We're in the shop, busted apart. Planetary gears out. Our leak, right here. We have identified the culprit. Previous installers, the culprit. Pinch the seal going in. Thoroughly degrease housing services that will contact rubber rings of the seals with clean solvent, wipe dry. Before installing seal, check to be sure that the rubber rings are flush against the inside shoulder of the metal sealing rings. All parts are to be free of grease, oil, dirt, and scale. Sealing rings must be handled with care. Lapped sealing faces must not be damaged, scratched, or contaminated with dirt or grease. Install each seal half, rubber ring and sealing ring, into the housing. Check to be sure that the seal is not cocked and the rubber ring is seated evenly at the bottom of the bore. After installing seal halves into the unit, wipe both metal sealing faces clean with a lint-free wiper. Then apply a film of clean 30-weight oil to the sealing faces. Oil must not wet surfaces other than the sealing faces. I want to do a dry run to see if we drop anything. It won't hurt anything if we set it down on the bearing without the seals in it. But we do not want to. We'll see how heavy this is, how hard it's going to be to handle. I was thinking about going this way, but then if we did that, we'd have to flip it over to get to the bearing.
And that would be a problem because the bearing is kind of what holds it all together.
Yeah, we don't want to move it until we get
Right.
that bearing on and get it seated, because we
Get
don't
the
want to
whole
damage
thing
that seal.
together. Right, I got you.
This is not the best setup. See that? You can't do that.
I gotta do that.
That's where it goes.
That wasn't so bad.
That drops right in. That's what it is. Both of them are out too far whenever you compress it in where it goes.
Right.
It kind of.
It pushes out the air, it seals it. Right.
So now we got to wipe these surfaces wet free.
I've never done a project like this before. This is something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a lot of grind. So after we get this, on top of that, how are we gonna move it to where we can get that gear in there?
We're going to go in from the bottom. That's why it's on the batteries.
Is that tall enough?
Can you not get the hammer in there?
What was that? That's a heavy son of a bitch too.
What?
That gear.
You're not putting that in there. We didn't get to that yet. The bearing is what we got to put in. These bolts that go in the other side of this bearing.
Is that the oil? I didn't even know we were down.
Oh shit.
I'm
Oh,
good.
my thing.
I'm good.
I'm not. Nope. We got a thrust washer and 8 bolts that come down into this shaft, and on the outside or in there is our other bearing. That was cool. How'd you do that? What are you doing? Work on your side. Work on your side. Down here, down towards my finger. Hold it right there. Hold it. Stop. You see what I'm doing? See,
yeah.
I gotta get it started. All right, come on, just tap it. Just tap it. Stop. Now I've got it started. up. Back up. Come on. Move. Tap it. Tap, move. Tap it.
That's pretty damn level.
Hey, I'm not shooting Survivor Man Les Stroud. The cameraman is allowed to help here. Hey, seriously, come guide me in now.
Lay down, straight down. Don't tip it. It's pretty level. I'll go straight down. Come on. Oh, wait, that's not it. That's not it.
Don't put your fingers in the way. This thing jumps.
All right.
And it rolls. But don't get in the way.
On the outside. All right, now, on in. A little bit. Yeah, come on, check this out, boss. It's going places. There's the pin all lined up pretty damn close. Might be able to shake this thing on there. I was just taking the bolt close. I wasn't tightening nothing.
Good. This is our contraption we got, and it worked pretty good. Put 2 straps on the back and 1 all the way across the front. We got close enough, and we got on the drive shaft in there. And now what we got to do is we got to make sure that we pick it up and slide it in so we don't pinch that O-ring right there. That's the next key to that. That's why we're stopping. We're just running them up so that we can take these bolts out. That's not even holding anything anymore. Get back to it. Bring them up. How does this motherfucker start? Woo! See what I about did?
What you about did?
I almost started this thing up without any hydraulic oil in it. I have not put any hydraulic oil back in this thing, and I almost just got in it and started it up. Very bad. Very bad. I was literally reaching for the key when I realized we put some hydraulic oil in this thing before I do it. The calm before the storm is over. Oh yeah. Yep. I guess I just better be careful. First problem of the day. When that pad was bolted on, that was not sticking straight out. Now we cannot extend it straight out, so we will have to unbolt that pad, straighten that link out, and rebolt it. You ready? thought you was gonna finish this.
I put the pipe already down there.
Taking these blocks out. She was gonna do that.
Yeah, I was going to, but...
Then what? Well, we can't do that until these are out, Stan.
Oh shit, man. If I would have finished it then. Those bolts are going to be too long. Pretty creative move putting the pieces in there like that to extend the life.
Yeah, but except it didn't work. I had to take it all apart. I had to go down to the machine shop. I had to have them made. I put them in. When I put them in, the piece that goes on here doesn't fit anymore. That's why that bracket, those brackets are off. And go get me one of them fucking things I've been tripping over. In the middle of the thing. It looks like that.
Okay.
Hold on. Leave it there. tightening chain first. Look at the top, is it counting?
Yeah.
Start it over.
Oh.
Alright. You can come help now. Or you come over here. Or one or the other. Hold the edge of that.
Hold the edge of what?
The plastic where it's about to fall. Hold it. Yeah, get behind me, push. Alright, let's go. Let's try it. See how far that gets us. Right there.
Holy shit, back here.
Man, your holes are just about lined up.
Put a bolt in it.
Well, you know what? Should we put the plate on there?
Yep. Yeah, well, is it lined up?
Yeah. Man, the threads was just wound right up.
Yeah.
It's a 2014 Case 750M, low ground pressure. It's got 28-inch tracks, new rails, new sprockets, new engine, new computer, and an entire new wiring harness. Case did the engine and the wiring harness. We did the tracks, the sprocket, the cutting bits, fan motor on the AC. Let's see if it'll start. New cutting bits, new motor put in by Case, new computer and wire harness by Case. They had to lift the cab off to put that wiring harness on. One of the fans went out for the AC motor. I need one of those. 2,358 hours on the frame, new motor, new tracks, new sprockets, new cutting bits since it's been on this farm.